Welcome back to another guide. Today we're going to be talking about the Miramon fruits, the Aura extractor, and the Miramon Wonder event. What is the Aura extractor and Miramon fruits? Miramon fruits are pretty much like Hespida. They give you cultivation EXP and technique points. However, in order to improve it, it's not from Tex, it's not from Curios, it's not from anything. It's just from Aura extractor. And what I mean by this is this thing here. The quality of your EXP bonuses and the multiplier, just like Hespida, also has a crit sometimes, which is it's like times 10, times 4, times 5. That's also a thing for the Aura Extractor, and you can improve that as well. So before using your fruits, you want to upgrade your extractor as much as you can. And in order to do that, you need to upgrade these nodes here. First, second, and third ones are related to cultivation EXP. Each of them affects your overall EXP bonuses and chances of improving the multiplier. They do different things, but in the end of the day, you want all three upgraded to the max. So there's not much point in going into detail about each of them. You want all three upgraded, and that's the important part. The last one, which can't be seen here because I'm still pretty early in terms of progression here, but it improves the amount of technique points you get from each fruit. Every rank you add to your node here will give you 50 extra technique points per rank, and it's a pretty good source of tech points as well. Some people don't want that, they just care about the cultivation EXP and immediately use their fruits once they max out all these ones. But yeah, it's definitely an option and a good source of tech points as well. What you want to do is to upgrade these things as much as you can, and at some point the game will say, hey, in order to upgrade this further, you need to use 6 fruits, or 12, whatever. It's a fixed amount. I think that changes over time as you progress, but it starts with 6. Then, let's say you reached here, level 5, need 6 fruits to progress further. You go to the next one, upgrade as much as you can, and eventually you also reach a point where you need to eat fruits to go further. Then you go to the next one if it's unlocked, same thing. Once you have all of these 3 locked, requiring you to eat fruits, then you eat the fruits necessary to upgrade further, and keep going. Never waste fruits, only use the amount needed to upgrade your nodes, so you can get the best value out of them once you have a really good Aura extractor. You want to get as much bonuses as you can from these things before using your fruits, so you get a lot of extra cultivation EXP. In order to get the upgrade materials for both your extractor and your Miramon fruits, you do this event here called Miramon Wonder. It happens every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. You get attempts on these 3 days here, and they can't be played outside these days. You will then choose a stage based on your ability, your BR, your combat power, and it's a hard cap. You can't enter stages with higher BR requirement. I simply can't do this. It's the first content in the game that actually has a hard requirement for BR, so you can't participate if you don't meet it. And it also measures your DPS. It's damage per minute actually here, so DPM I guess. But yeah, once you reach these DPS amounts here, you get extra rewards once. It's a first time reward. You get 300 billion DPS, you can claim this one, and then you can only claim from the next one, which is 450 in this case. So as you get more BR, you unlock more stages, you try the older stages again to see if you can reach the new thresholds here. For instance, I have this stage unlocked, which is 360, but I also want to do this stage sometimes, the 300 billion one, to see if I can reach the 300 billion damage per minute and earn some extra crafting materials. It's also a very good thing to do. Just make sure that your first attempt, which is the one that will give you clear rewards, it's the highest as you can, so you don't waste doing lower stages. Always do the highest as you can first, and then if you want to try to get these bonuses here, you can try as many times as you want. You won't be earning clearing rewards just from the milestones. The lowest stage doesn't have a BR requirement, and it can also be done solo, which can be a good way of improving your DPS if you are tanky enough. since you're not sharing the enemy HP with other people hitting it. It's definitely an option. There's also this boss here, which appears after you clear at least twice the Miramon event. And once you defeat it, it adds one extra stage into the run where the boss is. And once you defeat it, you can choose 2 rows of chests, one from each row, and you can get these chests here that contain 2 types of Curios. They are both very good. They give you HP and MP based on how many Miramon stages you cleared, which will take some time, but over time you can max it out pretty easily. And they are conditional Curios, so they have really good stats. They are not flat bonuses. So it's definitely a good thing to try to get. And you will also be getting these crafting materials whenever you try to guess wrong which chest is the Curio one. You can see what you're picking, so it's kind of luck based as well. But this is also very valuable to upgrading your extractor. So do consider spending the 300 fateum for 2 rows of items on every event, if you have the fateum to afford it. It's definitely not one of your highest priorities on budget of daily spending, but it's definitely a good thing to do because it's also related to your cultivation progress. It's also worth mentioning that every time you reach a new stage, for instance, once I go to Celestial, your Aura Extractor will reset. It will go back to the base rarity, and now your Miramon fruits will automatically be eaten before that. So once I reach here, Celestial, all my 18 fruits here would be eaten, and whatever upgrade of our extractor I had at the moment would be what benefits the fruits. So you want to hold on to them as much as you can, and even if you are about to break through, it's not a problem. The game will automatically use them. So don't worry about that. And there is one point as well, which is that in the mortal world, which is the lower stages of the game early on as you start, right here, that doesn't happen. They don't reset. I think you start the Miramon system on Virtuoso, and from Virtuoso to Nascenso and Incarnation, uh, it doesn't reset. It's the same fruit and the same Aura Extractor for all 3 stages, which means that once you go from Virtuoso to Nascenso, you can keep going. It won't reset. You don't need to eat your fruits. You can just play normally. You can pretend that these 3 stages are the same. You will get R3 fruits and R3 upgrade materials all the way through. Once you're about to reach voidbreak, then it starts from scratch, a new tier of fruit, R4, and then a new tier of Aura Extractor as well. So yeah, that's one really nice thing to keep in mind. It's also worth mentioning that Mortal World fruits, they have 50% extra effectiveness, which means that the XP we'll be getting from Mortal World content might be better than your Voidbreak fruits for a while. So yeah, don't be scared if that happens. It's because you are getting a massive bonus EXP from here. So just to summarize, you want to upgrade your Aura Extractor as much as you can before using fruits. Once you're unable to keep upgrading further without using fruits, you do that, you eat them, and you keep upgrading them. The last one is optional, it gives you technique points, but it's a good idea to wait even longer if you're not going to break through anyway, to use them later to get these benefits as well with technique points from each fruit. You do the stages every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Never forget that. You can do on other days. Do the highest stages you can the first attempt, because that's the one which will give you the clear rewards. And then also don't forget to clear the older stages once you get stronger to get those first time clear rewards. There is also a ranking here which will give you some small rewards based on your performance when clearing. This one is not about DPS, it's about how fast your entire team clears, and there's some things to it which you should keep in mind. When adding players here, I won't be able to show you because it's not a Miramon day. Can I? Oh, can I do the solo one? Oh yeah, I can show you here. If you invite friends or sect members in the same team, you will get 10% extra damage per member, which means you can get up to 30% extra damage for everyone in your sect. That is really useful when you're trying to go for leaderboards because you will be doing extra damage and clearing stages faster. So do keep that in mind if you're trying to get a good time. Add your sectmates or friends from your friend list if they are from the same server, I guess, so they can play with you. And that's about it. Good luck.